We're a rock and roll band, and that's comes with all the, all the good and the bad.
I'd say Piper at the Gates of Dawn, which is the first Pink Floyd record. It's something that I find new things in every time I've listened to it solidly for decades now.
I would do the Basement Tapes with Bob Dylan and the band because it's still the coolest jam session with the coolest people at the coolest time ever. Magical little songs in there.
I would definitely say Exile on Main Street. It's a record that, again, something that means a tremendous amount to me that's never kind of left me.
I guess I would put the Madcap Laughs, Sid Barrett, the record he made when he left Pink Floyd, his first solo record, because it's another, I don't know, it's just something that exists in its own space and time, some beautiful relic from an inner space that it makes me, I don't know, in some weird alien landscape, it comforts me.
Probably Chronic Town, which is an REM EP, their first REM, the first EP that they released.
Maybe The Grievous Angel, Graham Parsons, just because of the tragic beauty and, the romance of, reintroducing country music, real country music, the original country music that was much maligned by the, acid heads and rock and rollers. And he gave it this sort of life.
5 Leaves Left, which is a Nick Drake record. I would stick with that.
Tonight's the Night, Neil Young. Maybe I would do Decade because it has a lot of songs, but any Neil Young record. Because I love Neil more than anything.
Another Side, it's this Bob Dylan re-release that is unbelievable, that has more amazing things than I've ever heard. So I would say those 5.
And then I guess I would do Cosmic Slop by Funkadelic, because in case the boat does show up to pick me up, we're gonna party on the way back, At the time, making the kind of record that we made, it was really different, and I think people, it wasn't very modern in a way. We weren't trying to do Guns N' Roses, we weren't trying to do Metallica, we weren't trying to do, what was kind of the big things. So, but I think in our pursuit of something different, some rock and roll that was authentic to our emotional place at the time, that we made something maybe timeless in a good way, Not really. I mean, our world was punk and indie and rock and roll stuff. And we were in our band from when we were teenagers. So, we were really focused on our scene and what we were trying to do. And things changed so quickly. And, we were, kids trying to, having this time to find our sound and what it could be. And you know what I mean?
It's more about the intention behind it. There was always a sincerity and an authenticity about where Chris and I came from when we wrote these songs and when we recorded the songs. And so I think anything that's recorded in that vein is going to be classic. It's going to maintain that sort of feeling just because it's comes from this pure intention and makes it relevant anytime, because it's ultimately taps into the human experience, the universal human themes that we all deal with. And it taps into the human feelings that we all feel on a really deep and authentic level.
We're a rock and roll band, and that's comes with all the, all the good and the bad. We come from an era when Rich and I come from like a punk rock background in Atlanta, like suburban angst and, an indie rock background. And then, we got into roots music and like this kind of rock and roll that we play. So we come from a time where, the t-shirts you wore and the bands you went to see and the records you bought, it was really important in your culture, We lived a certain way, we were into a certain thing that other people weren't, It was us versus them, and in our case, like the rock and roll weirdos versus the straight world, you know.
Hey there, thanks for watching AXS TV. Subscribe, follow, like, and do all the good stuff. And make sure you leave a comment below. I don't know, just let us know what your favorite AXS TV show is, or who your favorite bands are, and what artists you're into, or just say hi, man. I'd like to be told hi. We love hearing from you. That's the point, all right? Keep it coming.